Clique 45, we're back again. My name is AY. I'm chilling with
Oz.
Got another special guest. He was too quick.
He jumped it, bro. He jumped the gun.
He was too quick, bro. I was moving like Mo Salah.
That stayed in. That's
an Esco.
That's your intro
bro,
right there.
Take it chill. Man, I was trying to build you up. You get what I'm saying? These Liverpool fans, man. This is coming early. You get what I'm saying, bro? Say less.
I think they run the place, innit?
Yeah, man. That's an Esco. Bloody hell. But yeah, we got Esco in the building. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good with you.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Lovely
That's
stuff.
good, bro. Okay, so today we're going to do a little basic episode. We're going to do a quick roundup of this weekend's games. And make sure you like, share, subscribe on the channel. Make sure you're all over our socials. Make sure you're keeping it up to date. And hope we could get to 1K by the end of this year. Like we keep saying.
Real talk.
So let's go on with the first match we're going to talk about, which is the Man City versus Man United game. 3-0 to Manchester City. Interesting 3-0 because I think Man United fans had hope in terms of like this season, there's going to be a change. There's going to be change for us. There might be some change for us. Obviously, the therapy session we did with Carl and Dan showed the stresses that Man United fans go through. And I think this game today has just rounded up basically what they are like as a football club. And what we're going to expect from them again this season. It's just a merry-go-round with Manchester United. It's always like hype them up before the season starts, perform really badly, and then just don't do anything at all. So I just feel like with the way Man United played, it was just like it was just everything was missing. Everything in each stage of the play was missing. I don't know how you viewed the game, Esco, but that's just how I feel. Like Man United were just missing throughout each stage of the game.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I feel like I watched the game personally, and the players were just a bit. I don't know if they were like frightened by Man City players.
I think that's a fair word.
They're scared.
They were scared. They definitely were scared. Yeah.
I can't lie to you because at first it started when the game started, they were like dominating and everything. Then all of a sudden they got a penalty. And they were more. I felt like they put more kind of concentration on trying to like make sure that it wasn't a penalty. But actually, there was some contact. You know what I mean? So like you can't just say it wasn't a penalty. So
I mean, it took Rodri like screaming in the referee's face to change it. But but other teams have done this in the past, and they got yellow cards for it, and they actually got fined by the Premier League. I just want to say that as well. Fair, it's a penalty. But the fact that Rodri had to scream in Paul Tierney's face,
putting pressure on.
Yeah, and then Paul Tierney like a little.
You can say
like a mug.
He was a dickhead. He was a dickhead.
Like, he blew his whistle and then he went to VAR.
Yeah.
But we've seen it with other teams that have run into the referee's face before and they got fined for it. Yeah. So I just feel like. Yes, it might have been a penalty, but the way they won the penalty, I hated it. The way Rodri was in the face, I just did not like that.
It showed that they were champions, man.
Yeah, 100%. I feel, and I reckon in the second half, taking off Sofian Amrabat just changed the whole game to bring on Mason Mount, who is someone I want to focus on for this game.
Mount. Why didn't he start?
Isn't
that no Ten Hag's guy?
This is the first question. Why didn't he start? Why did he only take 14 touches in the whole entirety of that? Just 14 touches, bro.
As a midfielder.
Exactly. It was terrible. Honestly, it was so terrible.
Ten Hag needs to answer for a lot of things because that's his signing. That's who he wanted. That's who he said, give me 60 mil.
Do we know that,
midfield? Bro, that's his signing. That's his signing. Nobody,
Definitely, he needs some answering for that signing because you can't tell me he's not really putting any like effort, like in terms of he's not making any difference to the team. Eriksen is still making more effort than him.
I don't know about that.
And he's died.
I don't know.
He died and he came back and he's making more effort. Eriksen is doing something.
No, I know, but I think Mason Mount is. But this game specifically, he's been missing. This game he went missing.
He went missing. I feel because I don't think the manager trusts him anymore because he's not starting games. When you're not starting games, it shows that the manager doesn't have that trust in you.
Yeah.
And the thing with Mason Mount, he's a confidence player. Yes. It's one of those players where you need to have trust and you need to be egging him on like, come on, lad, let's keep going, let's keep going. Ten Hag ain't got time for that. Ten Hag's like, yo, I brought you for 60 mil, show me your 60 mil. I ain't got time. My job is on the line,
Same
bro.
thing like with Amrabat. He just brought in Amrabat and obviously Amrabat has experience. So Amber knows what he needs to do. He's a defensive midfielder.
I think he had a better game though. Like that first half, he had a better game than what Mason Mount brought to the table. I personally think.
I don't know why I took him off.
I feel like he made the people that made an impact in that game was Amrabat, I think Rashford and
Hoyland.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, I feel like they actually did some work. But,
yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. But speaking about Erik Ten Hag having time for Mason Mount, Esco, do you think Erik Ten Hag has time himself in the Man United job?
I feel like he's gambling.
He's gambling?
Yeah.
Well, like Tonali?
We'll get to that.
Go on.
I feel like he's just, because you can't be taking chances. You want to win a game against Man City and you're bringing in Mason Mount. Like, what do you expect?
I think
you know what I mean.
I think the problem was taking off Amrabat for Mason Mount. If the substitution was for someone else,
who else in that midfield?
I think if Eriksen came off instead of
Eriksen is better coming on.
I wouldn't.
He reads the game.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows how to
and
read
then you
the
could
game.
have had a double pivot of McTominay.
He knows how to read the game.
Yeah, having a double pivot of McTominay and Amrabat is a lot better than what I saw in that midfield three of Mount, McTominay, and the last one Eriksen. That was horrible.
And the attacking options were a bit frisky. Like you're bringing on Antony, right, in the second half, and I'm like, okay, what difference would he bring to the team? He's not really confident at the moment.
No,
he's got the skill, but it feels like he's not with the right manager.
It's his manager though, because he managed him at Ajax and he was the one that sort of saw the light in him, but I just don't think he's been performing well at all.
No performance.
I think he's only scored 3 goals in a year, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
There's a little stat going around like that.
A huge blunder, like when he fouled Doku, Man City winger, and he was actually trying to fight him. And I was like,
it's still in his blood, isn't it? Because you know where he is. Yeah, you know where he
allegedly,
allegedly, but you could see.
Yeah.
Doku was like, come on, man, it's already 3-0. What are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Sort yourself out, bro.
Yeah, fair enough. I think when we look at the table, though, this now puts them, in line with Arsenal, but 2 points behind Tottenham. I know it's still too early to say, but it has been 10 games now in the Premier League.
Yeah, 25%.
Yeah, exactly. So do you reckon that Manchester City are still going to win the league this season? I just still think it's a no-brainer for me personally.
I would say Manchester City is going to win it because they have the squad. They don't have a lot of injuries. Although Kevin De Bruyne is injured at the moment, but he's come back, I think, December. So
yeah, I think they got replacements though. You have De Bruyne injured, you got Foden coming in, or Bernardo Silva. But the only issue that they have is CDM. If Rodri's injured, if Rodri's out, you got no one to replace.
That's what I want to touch on.
Which is why personally for me, I think he's the key man in the midfield rather than De Bruyne. I think respectfully with De Bruyne, he is good, but there are other players that bring in a certain level of what he does. No one brings in a level of what Rodri does to Man City.
Was missing, and they lost all their matches without him. That is bad.
That is
for
bad.
A team of Man City's caliber.
Barcelona of 2011 without Busquets. You're gonna actually feel the pain.
Bro, they lost all their matches, and for a team that has so much squad depth, I'm thinking this guy went out and you guys couldn't cope anymore. Yeah. You were getting L's and L's and L's. That's one thing I'm looking at. I'm like,
but let's talk about Haaland though. I feel like he's a phenomenal player.
You like him?
Yeah. He's Ballon d'Or winner for you?
Yeah, he is my Ballon d'Or.
Oh, okay. There we go. Well, check out our top 10 Ballon d'Or list. On the previous episode, we did do it. Haaland did win it. So Clique 45 says Haaland's going to win it as well.
Unfortunately,
yeah. But I think Haaland should win it, but I reckon they'll give it to Messi. I just think they'll give it to Messi.
No love lost. Give it to Messi.
We'll have to wait and see for that. But yeah, he is a phenomenal player, like you said. 100%. It's just unquestionable.
What position is United? I need some stats on this game, please.
Oh, okay. Let me just go back quickly then. 60% possession, 61% possession to Manchester City.
Disgraceful.
Man United only had 39%.
At home.
At home. You're being treated like that. That's how you're getting treated.
That's why I told you the stadium stinks, bro.
Yeah, obviously when you done the tour,
I went to the tour. I said, let me see what's going on. Theatre of Dreams. I was there nightmares, man. I was like, what's all this?
Yeah, I mean, XG had Manchester City at 3.94 as well. So
second highest ever.
Yeah, second highest ever. So more goals could have been scored in this game. 21 total shots to 7 of Manchester United.
21!
Yeah, exactly. That's 10 shots on target of those 21. And only 3 shots on target for Manchester United. Ridiculous. This is at home as well. And then when we look at corner kicks, 12 corner kicks, and then 7 big chances created by Manchester City as well. Damn. I think that just shows you the amount of creativity they have in their team. But Manchester United only created one big chance. Yeah, so that just shows you the how they play really, how dominant Manchester City are. But moving on, I feel Arsenal gave a high five to Sheffield.
Quick one.
Yeah, quick high
Playing
five.
no games out here, you know what I'm saying?
I think we'll, like we not usually do, we'll leave this to you.
No, I don't
the
play
Arsenal
no games, you know what I'm saying? Like, after the midweek win against Sevilla, we came back from Spain. We said, what's Sheffield United saying? What do you got for us? What you got cooking? I'm going to rest a few players. I'm going to keep it humble, you know what I'm saying? Nketiah, you know what he does. Your defense is in trouble. Nketiah
with a hat-trick as well.
I mean, certain people in the group chat were telling me that Nico Jackson.
So you're atting me there?
Yeah, you was telling Nico Jackson. And I said, are you sure? Last week I said, bro, are you sure? Again, you were like, yeah, he did. I said, okay.
Okay, look.
What do you have to say?
Okay,
I'm giving you the floor.
This is the way I defend Nico Jackson. Is Nketiah going to do that again? Do that performance again against any other big team in the Premier League?
He may not.
No, he won't, because this is Eddie Nketiah, who's such a flip-flop with
his
his performances.
It's off and on. I agree with you. Yeah.
So for me personally, this hat-trick, well done, but it is against Sheffield United, who are actually in 20th or 19th
who's
place.
in front of you, man.
I understand that as well, but considering who you are, they're in last place. They're 20th in the league.
Do it.
And I know he played well, but I just feel like good, well done. Now let's see if you can keep it consistent. Because Gabriel Jesus is now injured for Arsenal. Yeah. So now there's going to be an opportunity for Nketiah to prove his worth again. I can't believe he has to do it again in 2 seasons in a row.
I feel like he's a homegrown player, and he's actually done a lot for Arsenal. And I feel like he's done everything to cement his place in Arsenal's starting lineup.
Yeah.
If left to me, but with the quality that Arsenal has, like Gabriel Jesus, it will be difficult for him to break into that first team.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see. You lot have a lot of games. You've got like obviously Champions League, you've got FA Cups, the EFL.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of games.
A lot of opportunities. Yeah, 100%. I think that's what it's gonna be. So like, what can Arsenal actually achieve this season?
Yeah.
What is their trajectory? Because last season no one expected what they did. So it's only got to be like a bit of a wait and see. As like, because when it comes to the Premier League, I don't really see him. I see him challenging, but I don't see him winning it. Champions League is a little bit more of a difficult one still because of how good Real Madrid are, how good Manchester City are. All these those two particular, and then I reckon it goes Arsenal afterwards maybe because it is a bit difficult. And then in the FA Cup, it's yours to win.
FA Cup. If we want to win it, we can win it. Yeah. That's one of those tournaments.
I feel like it's your playground.
We have fun with that. We have fun with that.
Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I was going to say Kai Havertz, right?
Yeah. What about him?
Another.
We're carrying that guy.
What was his rating, by the way?
It's 6.7 on SofaScore. I don't like the ratings. I don't like ratings.
Too high, bro.
I don't like ratings because I don't think they're accurate. Because one website tells you one thing, another website tells you another. So I don't like looking at the ratings of players like that. I like looking at their stats. And Kai Havertz did not have a good. He's still continuing to have this poor run of form.
Ghosting.
I know. I just think. Do you think Mikel Arteta is just out? Just needs to give up now?
Stubbornness.
Really?
Stubbornness. What Mikel Arteta is stubbornness, and you can see his stubbornness because
who would replace him?
Put someone else in there.
Who?
Smith Rowe.
Before I get into that, before I get into who should be replacing him, Kai Havertz is playing games.
Yeah.
But he's not playing. There's some games he's not playing, and you need to look into the finer details. Against Sevilla away, Kai Havertz didn't start because Mikel Arteta knew that this is a match
I need to win.
Exactly. Against Chelsea, Kai Havertz didn't start. You know what I'm saying? So you just need to look at it. Against City, did he start? No. So you look at the fine tuning, like Mikel Arteta's already knowing that this guy is like, if when he's on the pitch, we're in trouble. So I'm gonna just use him sparingly, get to know, and Kai Havertz himself can't complain because he knows he's not playing well. You can see his demeanor. You know he's not playing well. The person that should be replacing him is off in parties, having fun. I saw him at a concert yesterday. I was at a Posters concert. I see him snapping pictures.
I thought that was someone else.
No, it was Partey.
Oh, I thought you said it was Dapper.
No, it was Partey. It was Partey and Dapper.
Oh.
Partey and Dapper. I'm looking at him like, boss, uncle, what are you doing? I thought you were injured. Started smiling to me like, yeah. I said, come on, man. That's who should be in the midfield. Yeah, I'm saying that should be the midfield.
For me personally, it should be Declan Rice, Emil Smith Rowe, and Odegaard because Partey is you can't rely on him.
But Emile Smith-Rowe cannot give you an outstanding performance for 90 minutes.
Fully.
Because
of his injuries. Yeah,
exactly. I feel like he's more of someone you can bring in the second half. Like,
well, he started this game, didn't he?
Creativity.
And he got 2 assists, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
But I don't know why you guys don't like to start
1 assist.
No, 1 assist.
Trossard.
The problem is, I don't know what Mikel Arteta... Because I think Trossard is good at reading the game.
Yeah.
So Mikel Arteta is using him, but he's looking like he's a bit annoyed. He's looking like he's a bit annoyed sometimes.
Yeah.
If he's not playing up front, when he plays on the wing, we know we need possession.
Yeah.
I think it's good to have options at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Because if Trossard starts, who's going to be on the bench?
Obviously, see, Martinelli is good. But Martinelli, I feel like sometimes, I just feel like he's just good off the bench.
We need that pace.
No. Martinelli's good overall in terms of he's a chaos baller.
Yeah.
He gets his head down and you just run.
You have a chaos baller in your team.
Yeah, you do.
We do.
Luis Diaz.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Apart from Luis Diaz, what's the other guy? Darwin. He's erratic.
No, he's not erratic. He just can't. He can't do anything.
He scored today, and I was like, okay,
let's move on.
Let's go straight
into it. So now is your time to shine with Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest.
Honestly speaking, I wasn't expecting anything less. Obviously, we finished the game 3-0. Jota scored. Nunes scored. Gakpo scored. So I was
Gakpo scored?
Yeah, Gakpo, he scored the last minute.
It was 4-0.
Yeah, no,
3-3.
I thought Salah scored.
Yeah, Salah
scored. Sorry.
So Salah, the front three scored. Salah, Darwin, and Jota.
Oh, okay.
Not
Gakpo.
Sorry about that. Yeah, but I think Gakpo came in the second half.
Yeah, he did. For Jota.
But obviously, it just shows how fierce our attack is. Obviously,
it is threatening.
Options. Yeah, it's very threatening. There's options.
Yeah,
everyone's trying to fight for their place, and obviously Diaz was not even in the start lineup
because they kidnapped his.
Our peace and thoughts are with him. But I just feel like the Liverpool team now, even without Salah, sometimes I feel like we're threatening. We can. I feel like we can fight for the first 3 spots.
Okay.
But with Salah, we have a chance to win the league.
Wow. So you reckon you're in the title contention this year?
100%.
Where are you guys right now in the league? Let me have a look.
We're second or third.
You guys are 4th right now. So you're not too far off, to be fair. You're 1 point behind Arsenal and City. So it's fair to say right now you're in the contention because it looks like it. But for me personally, the person I want to talk about is this guy right here, Darwin Núñez. He takes too many opportunities to need to score 1 though. This is my only problem with him.
Yeah.
This is honestly.
It's ridiculous. I don't understand what you were doing. You finished off, you dribbled the
you're talking about the last match?
Yeah, the last match.
Last week's. Yeah, this is what I'm on about. Yeah.
You dribbled the goalkeeper and you shot it on the bar. What was going through your head?
I mean, not only that, right? Even today's game, he only had 34. What happened?
Go on. I was just laughing.
Okay. He took 34 touches. Okay. He tried to dribble twice. None of them were successful. He tried. I'm saying that nicely as well. He tried to dribble. Both of those dribbles were not successful. I just feel like with his style of play, it's so I don't know what type of player he is.
He's unpredictable.
I don't think he's a number 9, but I don't think he's a winger as well.
SS second striker.
No, because his dribble, he can't dribble, he can't take it. Yeah. He's not the one that can control the ball. He can't do that.
Is he?
Speaking of dribblers, Jota is more of a dribbler than him.
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
and Jota is a better finisher as well.
Yeah, that's true.
But why would you start Núñez over Jota? Presence. Just that presence, just that striker presence. I can do
because of how tall he is.
You know what I mean? He's got that reflexes and he's got that passion to win more than Jota. Jota is more relaxed, laid back. Okay, he has that flair of I've got the skills and stuff. So whenever he gets a chance breaks, he just tries to score or do some dribble. But Núñez is okay, we have to win. I have to score. I have to score.
They bought me for almost 100 million.
I need to do something.
So, you know what I mean?
I need to do
but then that makes him make mistakes. So he's you get, it's
I get
ridiculous.
that.
Yeah.
I think Cody Gakpo should start ahead of him personally.
Wow.
If I was,
if I'm
Jurgen Klopp,
I would.
That's why. I like that guy.
No, he's actually on point because Cody Gakpo is more composed.
Cody
Gakpo is more okay, if you guys want to, he's a team player.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to win the game, I can give you the assist, I can give you the pass, I can see where you are at. Or if you guys are not there, I'll score myself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it is.
Exactly. Núñez, I need to score my goal.
I think the strategy has worked so far this season. Nunes has been coming off the bench, and I think that's a good strategy. But
Nunes coming up. He's been starting more, hasn't he? I thought he was.
No, I think he was. He was injured or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he had to start.
So you want to see him on the bench all the time?
Honestly,
just on the bench.
We have strikers that can play there right now. Like Gakpo, for me, Gakpo is the closest thing that happened to Liverpool since Firmino.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. That is fair.
That is the same strategy that Klopp had when he had Mane, Firmino, and Salah. So having Salah here on the right wing, Gakpo and Jota.
Or
Diaz. I think you can rotate between both of them. Yeah.
I feel that's a good.
I'm not gonna. I do rate that. I do rate Nunes off the bench. That's it. That is it. Though. That is 100%. You are right. He's only started 4 games out of the 9 he's played. So that just shows how much of a chaos baller he is as well. And I agree. I think Gakpo has a lot more to offer Liverpool 100%. Up front than Nunes, and I just feel like Jurgen Klopp should be using Gakpo a lot more often 100%. Because let me just check how many games he's actually played overall. He started 5 out of 8 to be fair with Cody Gakpo, so that's actually pretty good. Yeah. So I think that's fair. I think we can move on now.
Yep. I was just gonna say one thing. With Nunes, I feel like he just needs to obviously
pray.
That's a good pray. Pray.
He should do more prayers, but he should also just take off the pressure. He's got the quality. We can see that he's got it. For me, he's the closest thing. He's the closest. He's the mixture. Like his quality. If he can develop his quality, he's like Ibrahimovic and Cavani and Recoba mixed together.
That's an interesting
tight mix, that's a crazy mix.
I said Zlatan. Yeah.
I'm not saying. You're not gonna say.
Say it again.
Zlatan.
Yeah. Cavani. Yeah.
And Recoba.
Recoba that played for Inter Milan. That guy.
Yeah.
Who? Played for
Recoba.
He played for Inter Milan.
Yeah. Uruguay. Okay. He was Uruguayan. Yeah. So, or if you don't want to say Recoba, you can say Tevez.
Darwin Nunes.
I
don't think so.
No, it's not even because of the.
You lost me now. You've lost me.
I got the Cavani because of the movement. Yeah. But he's not as clinical as Cavani.
Nah.
Zlatan probably chaos stretching legs. But he's still not clinical. So all those strikers you said, they hit the back of the net. This guy don't hit the back of the net. That's what he needs to change, bro. That's what he needs to change.
100%. Okay.
That's so Gucci.
Well, talking about Liverpool that have hit the back of the net, let's go on to Chelsea, who can't hit the back of the net right now. Chelsea versus Brentford finished 2-0 with a Robert Sanchez assist, I would say, personally. He didn't need to come up for that. I genuinely there was no need for it. I know it was 1-0 down, but I feel like
no need.
That it just shows you the problems with doing a goalkeeper coming up from the back. Like, I personally don't think there is a need for it at all. But who watched the game? Any of you watched the game?
I watched the game.
Yeah, how did you find it?
First half, Chelsea will run it. They wanted to score. Cole Palmer was controlling the game. Sterling was moving. Who was on the other side? Madueke. He hit the bar. They really wanted. Caicedo was recycling the ball. You know what I'm saying? They really wanted Gallagher. They were really going for it. But then the thing with Chelsea, if they don't score, it's a problem. When they don't score, it's a problem because the team that they're facing starts to seep in. You're seeing Mbeumo just looking, seeing, okay, there's options here. Can I come in? Can I come in?
Spaces.
And Chelsea, they just lose the plot. They just lost the plot completely.
I mean, when it comes to big chances, Chelsea only created 2 big chances at home, whereas Brentford actually created 5 big chances in that game. So it just shows you like how many. Well, they created 8, but 5 of the big chances were. Well, no, sorry, what's that? No, 5 big chances created, and they missed 3 big chances as well. So it just shows you like the amount of quality that Brentford are playing with, and how Chelsea are allowing people to outplay them at home. 100%. I thought the game against Arsenal was going to be a learning curve for Pochettino in terms of like, this is what we got to do now in terms of like So let me just double check that midfield 3. It was Caicedo, Cole Palmer, and Conor Gallagher, which is interesting because Cole Palmer actually played up front, and I thought that was a better position for Cole Palmer. I thought he played better against Arsenal in that number 9.
I think so, but they needed someone to control the midfield and throw and be a creative spark.
Where's Enzo then?
Enzo's, I think he just gave birth. I think that's why.
So that's why he was missing.
Yeah, I think he's expecting the kid. I think so. That's what I heard from the Chelsea lot, innit?
Yeah.
That's what I heard from the Chelsea lot. But they needed a creative spark in the midfield.
Okay, maybe
Caicedo ain't creating nothing. Gallagher ain't creating nothing apart from runs and stamina. So there was no one else. You get what I'm saying? I don't know where Mudryk was. Mudryk had a good game against Arsenal. I don't know where Mudryk was. He injured?
Mudryk's not injured.
Yeah, but let's talk about the Brentford scoring, tactics. I feel like Brentford, they're just clinical in front of goal. When they want to score, they score.
And look at
Winnock. Is it Winnock? The guy that scored for
Ethan Pinnock.
Pinnock. So literally, the goal, I saw the goal. It was like a header, and it was just like how he found that space. And I saw there's Thiago Silva there.
Old man.
There's
Grandpa.
I think it was Gusto running from the right wing.
They brought Gusto on.
Yeah.
So I think they brought Gusto on.
Disassi was Disassi.
Disassi was moving forward a lot in that game.
because he was a right back.
I was like, where are you running to, bro?
He's like 6'4" already.
It's quite tall.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you have all these tall players, and then you have Pinnock that's also tall. He had a nice header. Direct header. So Sanchez was nowhere near the ball. And obviously the second goal was just Mbeumo's brilliance. I think the player that was actually running was actually very unselfish. Because he had the chance to shoot it if he wanted.
Yeah.
Then obviously I feel like he panicked a little bit because Sanchez ran back and tried to
He's quicker than I thought he was, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Sanchez, he had to sprint.
He had to run for that.
He had to sprint.
I feel what do you reckon Pochettino has to do now? Like, what is the next steps to make Chelsea better now?
Needs to find his first 11.
Exactly. Yeah.
The problem he has though,
he's got players.
Yeah, he's got to find the first 11 out of 44 players. Though. This is what I'm trying to say. You got a quarter of a chance of getting it right. This is a problem for them. This is a massive problem for them. And I feel like Pochettino, if he gets the time, I know this is his first season. So next season, if he does get the time,
stays till then.
Exactly. This is the thing. If he stays till then I feel like he needs to fix it.
Reinforcements and general transfer window?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
They're going to buy
Chelsea.
more people.
Yeah, this is Chelsea we're talking about. Of course they are.
I'm hearing links with Ramsdale. I'm hearing links with Ramsdale.
Yeah. Do you reckon Ramsdale goes?
I mean,
I'm surprised we didn't talk about it.
I think he would want to fight for his position because Raya doesn't look all too solid. You know what I'm saying? But I think Ramsdale is being punished for the mistakes he made last season. And it's
second half of the season.
Yeah, I tried to trying to let him know that you can't get away with stuff like this.
But you can't win the Premier League with Raya as a goalkeeper.
And you can't win the Premier League with Ramsdale as a goalkeeper.
Yeah, that showed.
So it's like, you got to pick.
So what happens?
What happens now? I think what Arteta needs to do, he needs to let them know that, listen here, I need no shenanigans, no playing around. You get what I'm saying? You guys need to be both on it. It's good competition. I think he saw that I can't buy a new keeper that's going to be better than this guy fully. So I'm going to create competition. Let them strive off of that. So I think we'll see how it plays on. I mean, at the moment right now, the defense is doing what it needs to do. Keepers aren't really working as they need to. Even the midfield is doing what they need to do.
You would never have been in this place in the first place if you didn't let Emiliano Martinez go.
We had to let him go. It was part of the process.
You can't tell me.
We needed to fund
20 million.
We needed to fund things.
Yeah.
We needed to fund things. It was part of the process.
I agree with he had to go.
He had to. It was part of the process.
Especially when Ramsdale was there and
it was part of the Leno got injured.
Leno was there.
It was part of the process. One of those players that we needed to kickstart.
You can't gamble on a young player like Ramsdale to be your first, your number one goalkeeper.
It gets
and you want to win the league.
I mean, all positions can't be
if Liverpool
to a T.
lose Alisson right now,
you're done.
We're done.
That's what I'm saying.
We can't have Keller being our number one goalkeeper.
Keller is kind of decent though.
He's decent, but
shot stopper.
Bro,
he's okay.
He can't offer what Alisson does. Okay. Alisson is Brazil's number one goalkeeper.
All right, fair enough. Let's move on then to the midweek news that we have to talk about. And the first one we'll talk about is Sandro Tonali. His ban is coming into place soon. I'm just going to get up in a bit.
Missing the Euros.
He's missing the Euros. He's missing a lot of football just because of his addiction. And I feel like this is a bit more of a... sorry. I'm losing my voice.
Sorry, mate. Just take it easy.
Yeah. This shows a bit more of a serious side to footballers in terms of them being human. Yeah. They have problems themselves as well. And this gambling addiction has just taken over Tonali. Because I saw pictures of him even being in a casino over the weekend as well. A fan caught him in there.
He was still okay.
Yeah.
It was his Juventus teammate was owing gangsters. He owed mobsters.
Who's this?
What's his name? He had a Juventus teammate when he was one of the Juventus
Fagioli?
players that was in Italy
Fagioli
with the Italian league with him.
Yeah.
They were both gambling together, but he owed money to gangsters, bro. And they were telling him, if you don't give us our money, we're breaking your legs.
Yeah, he owed money and obviously I think he even owed family members as well.
Yeah, he wasn't getting any of his wages, was just going straight out.
Yeah.
Straight out.
He was actually very addicted.
Background story for you, Esco. When Sandro Tonali joined Newcastle, we at Clique 45 said we don't see him doing well. We didn't see him doing well at Newcastle, that he was going to get ran through. He didn't seem like he was fully disciplined, this, that. Newcastle fans flooded our comments. They were talking the most. They're like, what do you guys know about this? He's got the best pressing, this is that. Now, all I want to say is, serves you right. Don't chat. Don't talk. When Clique 45 says something, just look. Just keep looking and mind your business. Now look at you. You've lost your player because you're chatting shit. See, that's what happens. See, look at you now. You've lost him now. Look at that. So, yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see. Wherever you guys finish, we'll see you guys, innit?
I just feel like Newcastle are going to suffer this loss because this season, let's look at the last game. They played 2-2, and I think they came from a goal down, and the other team came from a goal down and equalized, innit?
Yeah.
So I was like, what was missing? So I feel like they missed. Obviously, I think one of the players is injured. I can't remember one of the players, but there's something that Tonali brought to the team, like that creativity. He's a bit. He has this. I think he's more of like a.
He drives with the ball, don't he? He drives with the ball. He's that type of player. He takes the ball and he drives it. And he creates opportunities for others.
100%.
Like, so he ain't driving anywhere now.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore, obviously. But yeah, obviously 10-month ban.
Speaking of betting, what's the situation with Ivan Toney?
He's coming back in January.
January. Yeah, I've missed that play.
He's coming back in January.
Yeah, so going back to Tonali, to be fair. It is obviously 10 months, as we said.
Yeah,
and it started as of now, hasn't it?
Yeah, they made it immediate.
Yeah, it's an immediate
which I feel he should be happy about. Because with Tony, they didn't do it immediately.
Yeah,
and he missed out on getting called up and things like that. So it's good they gave it to Tonali now. Like, yo, bro, go and serve your punishment.
Yeah, so he's not having any hopes of like.
He already knows he's missing the Euros. He already knows he's missing this season. You get what I'm saying? So, but Tony was still thinking, could I battle it in court?
Yeah, who knows what I can do.
But before you know, look how many months left do we have? January is around the corner. He's done his stint. You get what I'm saying? But gambling in football needs to be addressed fully because
100%. But when it comes to now Newcastle and midfielders, who do you reckon they should sign as a replacement for Tonali? Because they are looking into the transfer market for a new midfielder. Tough. And I don't actually know what the answer could be.
I don't know.
Because I don't know what midfielders are available right now for what he needs. Maybe someone like Zambo Anguissa from Napoli. Gallagher, maybe. I don't think he would go though. Chelsea won't let him go.
They definitely need an EMF because Bruno Gomes.
You're a Pro Evolution soccer player. Right?
AMF.
I said AMF.
You've said that on the podcast.
AMF because it's like
but definitely like the closest to Tonali in that team right now is Bruno Gomes. But Bruno Gomes can't split himself in half. He brings a DMF. Let me say that again. He brings that DMF kind of like defensive midfield presence, and he also can do that AMF
box to box.
Yeah, box to box. So
you can try,
but you can't. He's gonna get worn out.
I think they're gonna work out Joe Linton.
I was gonna say I got a name. So solve it in house. You got Joe Linton and Joe Willock in your ranks.
Where is Joe Willock?
I don't know.
Is he injured?
I don't know.
He came on in the second half.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, so I think he's gonna step in.
But he was still looking a bit like shaky. He was
rusty. He hasn't played in a while.
Yeah.
So maybe PSG's Fabian Ruiz might be an option.
They just signed him.
Last season. It was last season, but he hasn't really hit the heights at PSG. And he is someone that is of the ilk of Tonali in terms of driving with the ball forward and stuff like that. So personally, that's my opinion.
That's a problem. Or they could just get Scott McTominay.
Nah. Stay away from it. Stay away from him. Let's
just forget about like home transfers because that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's look abroad. Like I feel like they should just bring some sort of Spanish, someone close as someone that can drive the ball. So you're looking for Spaniards, you're looking for Italians, you're looking for
No Brexit. Don't want to see any British players.
Germans. I'm not trying to be, but
you don't want to see any Germans.
You can. No, some Germans can actually like Musiala. But Musiala is like a striker. He's like
he's a further.
Bayern Munich can't let him go.
Yeah, they won't.
Definitely, he's not gonna go.
All right, moving on to the last topic then. We are going to go on to a little thing that I was bringing up into the podcast. I'll bring it up. That's fine.
Yeah.
It is the PGMOL. I think it's something that we need to talk about. It's something we need to highlight because it's ruining football.
Yes.
And I just spoke about it early on when Rodri was just shouting in the face of Paul Tierney.
Yes.
And he decided, you know what? I'm just going to blow my whistle and just see what happens. And that's what he just did. So, do you want to just talk about what this article's about?
I think we need to talk about it because people are making it seem like, oh, they robbed this team, ha ha ha. It shouldn't be ha ha ha, because they'll rob your team next week as well. It needs to be fair and straight down the middle. Tell us what's right, tell us what's wrong. Not 1 week this is right, next week is wrong. Oh, look at the position of this. We as football fans need to come together and be like, yo, you guys are spoiling the game. Because especially with Liverpool.
Yeah.
1 week, we've been hard done by. The next week, you're on the other side and you're like, we need to all be like, it shouldn't be a thing of, my team got this, your team. No. Football fans need to join an alliance and be like, yo, you guys are ruining this game. And we don't want any apologies. The apologies piss me off the most.
Apologies piss me off. Obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, but the week of the Newcastle defeat, I was actually very heartbroken because I've obviously... there was
Newcastle defeat, Tottenham defeat.
It was actually very...
Tottenham defeat.
Sorry.
Sorry to cut you quickly. I'm just going to go through it right now with like all the apologies that PGMOL have done this season. I believe this is this season's apologies.
This update.
The first one is Tottenham versus Liverpool, the Luis Diaz one. So you can I want you to just go on to it.
What I was going to say, basically, obviously that goal, I don't even understand. It was blatant. Everyone knew that was a goal. Okay, fine. VAR had to review it, right? You review it, you say it's not a goal. I don't just understand. And then you didn't give us red cards as well. Like, it was just like everything was just going wrong, innit? So, like, I felt like, they actually, and they admitted to it, which is a first step to obviously making corrections.
But then
don't do it again, innit? That's the next step. Don't do it again.
But
next week they do it again and they'll apologize.
There has to be some sort of review. Basically. There has to be some sort of...
What's the next match?
Next match is Manchester United versus Wolves. Andre Onana
clattered him.
Going into Kalajdzic, in the box. It should have been a penalty, but I wasn't given. Another apology there. Tottenham versus Brighton. Howard Webb had to give to Brighton an apology after they were denied a penalty.
I think that was last season.
In the away trip. 2023 April, that was last season.
That was last season.
Sorry, my bad. It's 2 seasons.
They've apologized too many times.
Yeah, so they apologized then. Arsenal versus Brentford last season as well. They forgot to draw a line. Like, this is basic things in your job.
They sacked the referee and they still brought him back. Yeah. They sacked him and they brought him back. What's that going to show? If you don't do your job properly, go back home.
Of course.
What do you mean?
That's in your title. Like,
that was a title charge.
That's in your job description. Draw lines on VAR.
I think I saw an article somewhere where they were like, we should give VAR patience. That it's just been how many years? And I was like,
how much longer have we got to do it for? Yeah.
You can't be making such silly mistakes, especially it's a Premier League. People that fans are actually there, passionate fans are there watching games, paying for
money's riding on a lot of things.
Like, literally, the points that were stripped of Liverpool could affect them at the end of the season.
Could.
You like, we will definitely remember this.
Another one is Crystal Palace v Brighton. An offside decision wasn't given on the same day. John Brooks was taken off VAR duty for 2 games after he drew the offside line in the wrong place, denying Brighton's a Estupiñán a goal. That's another one. Aston Villa versus Man United. That was last year. Lucas Digne's free kick was one of the highlights in Aston Villa's victory over United, but a post-match review showed he received additional help following a mistake from the referee. The Red Devils' ball was set more than 10 yards behind the ball, so it was too far.
So the ball just went over them.
Yeah, the ball just went over them nicely. And then another key one I'll talk about is Man United versus Arsenal, 3-1. Arsenal's first defeat of the season came at Old Trafford, but a referee indecision impacted the match early. Martinelli was denied a goal after VAR decided Odegaard had fouled Eriksen. PGMOLNOPQRSTUV later revealed that the goal should have stood.
Rubbish.
This is rubbish. It is complete
all
rubbish.
these apologies and you're not changing.
100%. 100%.
It's rubbish, you know. Even okay, let's talk about even yesterday. Yesterday, Wolves Newcastle.
Yeah.
He-Chan, this Wolves striker, I think he didn't actually accidentally, he was gonna clear the ball because there was a corner kick. So he was gonna clear it, and a Newcastle player ran into him and he didn't kick the ball. He actually
went through the player.
Yeah, but on the VAR review, basically they saw that. To me, there wasn't much contact. It wasn't like there was contact. So basically he refrained from kicking.
Yeah.
And the guy fell.
Yeah.
And I was like, VAR, the country not see that he didn't kick them.
Oh.
But then they were like,
we can't assume. We can't assume. Yeah, we don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah,
they'll be bringing out bullshit like that. And I'm like, bro, these are points.
Rubbish. It is rubbish.
These are points. Fix up Howard Webb, bro.
Yeah. He a lot of stuff has to change.
Yeah, and I heard Howard Webb is actually in the...
he's ahead of it.
He's
ahead of it.
Yeah, that's a bit. Yeah, former United player. Yeah,
that's a bit like... Nah,
it's
dodgy.
Okay, and we can wrap up today's episode there.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, Esco. We appreciate you to be here.
The love.
We'll definitely see you on the head-to-head that will be coming soon. 100%. If you don't know, make sure you know what it is so you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Yep.
Make sure you follow us on all of our socials, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Zinger, zinger.